Now, the start of each month usually means I do a recap of the previous month's eBay sales, reselling activities, and just how I'm getting on with my whole reselling adventure. But now we're in July, I can talk about June. June has been strange. I'm not gonna lie to you, June has been, one, the quietest month I've ever had, certainly on eBay since I started my reselling journey, and also just in terms of reselling, sourcing in general, and everything associated with that, because, as I've said numerous times, the local car boot sale has been postponed, hopefully not for too much longer. Touch wood. That isn't wood, that's MDF. We'll go for that one. So I haven't been picking up that much, and because I haven't been picking up very much, I haven't been listing very much, and that really has had a big impact on sales. I probably sold not even 2/3 of the quantity that I sold during May, during June. So it's been a quieter month. Nevertheless, I have made a few good sales, so I'll run you through some of the highlights, just what's been selling in general on my shop. And then I'm going to talk about reselling longevity, and I'll explain what I mean by that in a moment. Just how my sort of future reselling journey may look. Just taking a more of a pessimistic approach based on what I need to do in the sort of immediate future and longer term future. But I shan't bore you with that just yet. Let's go through a few sales, and the eagle-eyed of you may notice that the background will change a little bit, because I have actually recorded this bit previously, but I wasn't happy with the rest of it. So this is a new section. The amount of rubbish will change in the sales section. That's because I've just been moving things around, been bringing some more stuff in. That needs to be sorted. But anyway, I digress. I won't talk about that today. Here are some sales, and then I'll talk to you about, yes, longevity and how I see the future sort of panning out. So start off with a good sale actually. 1st of June, these were a pair of Altberg Defender, like a military issue walking boot. I paid £10 for these at a car boot sale. They've gone for £70. They're in great condition. They're a really good quality boot, made in Nottingham, I believe. But yeah, keep an eye out for those. Happy with that. This one I had for ages. It's a vintage Hugo Boss, what was it, a linen and rayon blend blazer. I think I only paid a £5 for this in a charity shop. Had it priced up at like 50 quid for ages. That's gone for £35 plus postage on the GSP. These are one of my sort of final vintage purchases that have been hanging around. So a pair of Nike Air Force One. These are called the SF mid suede boots in sort of like a mushroom brown. UK size 10. They've gone for £45 plus postage, and I think I paid about 15 quid all in on vintage, so not the end of the world. Sold a pair of Diesel jeans. These are the last pair of jeans by Diesel I have in stock, so I'd like to find some more, but of course they're not everywhere, are they? So these are Diesel Safados, regular straights, but they're a cotton linen blend, so I priced them up a bit higher. Probably priced them a bit too high. I think I had them up for 50 initially. They finally sold £40 plus postage on the GSP. This was a cool one. So this is and I'm going to butcher this pronunciation, a Sayo... I'm struggling already. Sayoaya Okayama. So it's a Japanese-made sleeveless denim jacket. I believe the sleeves have been removed, but it still looked fine. Probably like a sort of, you know, just, yeah, sleeveless denim jacket. Size large. What can I say? I paid £8 for this in the charity shop. That's gone for £65 plus postage. I think I had it up higher until someone said to me, I think the sleeves have been sort of cut off rather than like intentionally made. I thought, ooh, okay. So yeah, it took 65 from £8. That's great. So can't complain. This was a good sale because I only paid 30p for them. So these are some Asics Gel Sonoma 1550 running trainers. Say 30p from a car boot sale. Couldn't believe it. They were pretty grubby. Gave them a good scrub up. They've gone for £35 plus postage, which I think is probably my best return from the investment in terms of a percentage so far. Still a Hot Wheels car, Hot Wheels Ford Anglia. Got this from a toy fair for 4 quid, I believe. So not an amazing return, but I do like buying Hot Wheels cars just to sort of enjoy them while I've got them and then sort of sell them on for a profit. That's gone for £18 plus postage. Got this one from the local recycling centre in the Tip. So this is a 661 Pro pressure suit, basically like a downhill mountain biking body armour. Paid a £5 for this. And I found that recycling centre stuff's either priced well or high, depending on who's serving you. So I've got lucky here. That's gone for £45 plus postage. Again, after a bit of a wipe down. And I've always thought, if someone's chucked it away to a tip, there's a higher chance of it being like ripped or broken than say a charity shop or a car boot sale. So I gave it a massive like going over because it had like a perforated, like in between the arm it had like perforated like polyester, but no rips, no stains. So I guess I just got lucky. But yeah, recycling centres can be a bit of a minefield, can't they? I've been selling a few Monster High dolls from the big lot of dolls I got like a few months back now. So we've got Rochelle Goyle here. She went for £18 plus postage. We've got Draculaura Ghoul to Bat. She's gone for £16.20, 19 plus postage. We've got Lorna McNessie. She's gone for £20 plus postage. I say I'm drip feeding them into eBay and they're sort of selling slowly. So yeah, given I paid 50p each, I'm already well into profit with that deal. And I'm just, yeah, making a bit more profit as each one sells, which is lovely. This is a Mousqueton women's waterproof jacket. Paid £3 for this at a car boot sale. That's gone for £30 plus postage. Umbro men's England shirt. I'm not a big fan of selling England shirts, but this one was dirt cheap. Great size, 2XL, and it was in good condition. Paid about £2.50. That's gone for £20 plus postage, and it sold really quickly. But I'm not bothered by that because I find with England shirts they either sell super quickly or like not at all. So I'm glad to see it gone. This is what I mean by the Monster High dolls making good profit. So this is one of the taller ones that was included. So they're called frightfully tall ghouls. So about sort of 17 inches tall rather than 12. She's gone for £63 plus postage. And I paid 15 quid for the whole lot. So that's just the profit and some, and a load more, isn't it? So, and she wasn't perfect. She wasn't complete. So I sold a few cars I've had in the collection for a while. This is a vintage Corgis, Man from Uncle, Thrust Buster, Blimmin' Oldsmobile Super 88. So I paid, I don't know, maybe 50p a few years ago. That's gone for £15 plus postage. Vintage Matchbox Speaking, Sandcat, that's gone for £8 plus postage. I paid £1 for that in a local market stall. This is another Matchbox Speakings. This is the Ford Mustang 2. Again, I've had this for ages. That's gone for £17 plus postage. So just, yeah, drip feeding models onto the shop just to sort of bolster the stock and just keep the algorithm happy. This is cool. This is a Porsche 911 brochure from 2009. A few creases, but otherwise good condition. So I just had it on the bookshelf, didn't need it anymore. That's gone for £23 plus postage. Keen Terradora 2 sandals. I picked these up in a charity shop not too long ago, in a couple of videos ago. I paid £4 for them. They've gone for £30 plus postage. Mountain Warehouse Extreme. This is called the Henry 2. It's a down and feather filled gilet, size 3XL. But I think that actually hampered it because typically these things sell better in like a sort of large size. But anyway, paid, what was this in a charity shop? £5, I think, in a charity shop. That's gone for £28 plus postage. Score Draw England shirt. Of course, we are drawing the Euros, so England stuff has been shifting a bit faster, but other stuff probably just won't sell at all. So Score Draw, this is only a size small, based on the 1982 England shirt. That's gone for £25 plus postage, and I paid £3 for that. So yeah, really happy with that one. First pair of Crocs I've ever sold. So these are the classic clogs with the sort of flower charms, I guess you call them, on the front. They've gone for £25 plus postage, and I paid £2 for those. So again, really happy with that. There's hope for eBay with like sportswear stuff. So this is a Nike sportswear hoodie, size medium. The sort of thing that would sell well, probably more on Vinted. But stuck it on eBay. Thought, you know what? Let's see what happens. Paid £1 for this. It's gone for £20 plus postage, and it's in great condition. So there's still a market for this stuff on eBay, which has given me hope for the future. And you're back. Okay, so yeah, I'll say fairly happy. Given what has sold, I'm fairly happy with that. I didn't have too many returns during June, so that was always nice. Yeah, no like super high value, no 3-figure sales, but to be fair, they're few and far between anyway. But yeah, I want to talk to you about longevity. Now, June has made me, basically, it's given me a perspective of what happens when sourcing opportunities dry up. Sales still tick along. I've still got a bit of a backlog, certainly of like larger items and stuff I need to test. But sort of the quick flips, the quick profits, the quick cleanups, that sort of thing, there wasn't a huge amount of that coming in. And like I said, that did have an impact, a negative impact on my eBay sales. You don't have to list stuff to sell stuff, but it certainly helps, certainly over sort of a longer period of time than a couple of days, where you might not list anything, but the sales still come in. It's almost like there's sort of like a backlog, like a lag effect. You can still list things, but then stop, then a few days will still generate sales, but then after that, at least I find anyway, yeah, stuff does dry up. So I do need to be bringing things in on a regular basis to sort of feed the eBay algorithm in order to keep sales, ticking along. And I haven't done that in June. There just has not been local opportunities to really source. I've just been busy at the weekend. And if that morning car boot sale on the Sunday doesn't happen, then I really haven't got the opportunity to go out and source because I'm doing other things. So it made me think, what happened? Let's say hypothetically that Sunday morning car boot sale just stopped. Well, just let's say the land got bought up for housing, which is unfortunately quite a, there's a potential of that happening anyway. But let's say that happened tomorrow. Would I still be able to bring in the volume of things that I typically buy on a Sunday morning at that car boot sale? No, I don't think so. Because think of all those people that would normally go to that car boot sale. They'd then be displaced probably to other car boot sales, and there just aren't that many in the area. You've got a morning one up in Exeter that I used to go to that used to be really good when I lived there, but I haven't been to it for years. I can't vouch for it, but I've heard from other people that it's not as good as it used to be. Fair enough. So there is that one to fall back on. There's also the mid-morning, I guess you could say, early afternoon car boot sale at the racecourse, Exeter Racecourse, that I know a lot of resellers go to. It's like the sort of the reseller car boot sale of the whole region. But that one's got like a sort of, you pay more to get in it as an early buyer, but you're still competing against all the other people that pay that cost too, which is fair enough, that's fine. But it's in the middle of the day. So I've kind of lost to the morning and the early afternoon, probably, at that car boot sale when, I can't be making plans with family or with friends or what have you because, I have to go to the car boot sale. That's why morning car boot sales are so great, because I can wake up early, go to it, and then I've got the rest of the day to enjoy with family or whoever. So, yeah, that's the biggest reason that I haven't been to that racecourse car boot sale, because it doesn't really work with my sort of life. Reselling isn't my life, it isn't my main income. It's a nice thing to do as a hobby and generate a bit of extra cash. But if my sort of sourcing habits don't tie in with my sort of family and social habits, I can't do it. It's simple as that. So where am I going with this? Where am I going with all this waffle? Well, fun enough, it actually concerns this room. This room is an absolute state. Right, I'm just going to put it out there. This room is an absolute disaster. I had a lovely idea of having like a stock comes in, process it, storage, and then out the door. Well, that hasn't happened because I've been bringing in bigger stuff that's just sort of, exploded in this sort of area. I've got far too many boxes that I haven't folded down, so they can't really. It's obvious to see it's not really working in here. And I think if I was processing less stock, like a smaller quantity, this would work. But I really do need an actual box-shaped building or room because it doesn't really work in this sort of pitch roof. But the main reason is, this is actually a bedroom. When we bought the house for the previous owners, this was a bedroom. It had a double bed, it had furniture in it. Ultimately, with an eventual growing family, this is going to be a bedroom again. So you can see where this is going, can't you? I need to move out. So I need to move out of this space. The desk, my stuff that's stored in the eaves to the other side, it all needs to go somewhere else. And that solution is probably going to be some sort of shed in the garden. And I know lots of resellers have done this. My friend Lee, Cola Flipper, he's built the Cola Cabana in his garden. Lovely sort of space where he's got all his reselling stuff, and he can just knuckle down and get on with it, away from his sort of family life in the house, right? I know George Retro Reselling's done one as well. He's got a bespoke shed in his garden. That's a bit more fancy. I'm not going for anything like that. But I need a container, just a big wooden box where I can have all this stuff. I can have a slice of rectangular building. I can have it stored in a much better system than I've got currently. I've got a larger area for bringing stock in, and I can potentially store larger objects as well. Maybe like I don't know, furniture? Oh no, probably not furniture, but just larger things that I wouldn't be able to store here because I don't have the space. And that probably needs to happen within the next year. That's my vision. So to get out of this room, go down to the garden and just have it all there, and it's like just distance from the house, and bring this room back to the bedroom that it is. And that's fine. However, and there's a bit of a caveat here, what if the car boot sale ends? I'm going to have to completely change my sort of sourcing habits and potentially make social sacrifices in order to keep bringing that stock in. So this is the slight conundrum I have in terms of longevity. Going back to that point, what is the longevity of my reselling sort of career adventure? I don't know. I need to have regular-ish, weather dependent car boot sales, certainly from say April through to October, to bring in that stock just to bolster the shop, the eBay algorithm, whatever, for as long as possible. Without that, I don't need a big building in the garden because I'm not going to have the stock, because my inventory is going to be smaller. What I bring in is going to be a much smaller quantity. I could probably do it from what we've got already without building a shed that's going to cost, I mean, it's going to be a few thousand, isn't it? I'm not going to get much change out of probably 4,000 once I've done the concrete base and the frame and the cladding and the insulation and the lighting. Maybe like a window as well, so it's not like a complete cave. So I've got all these things to think about, and that's fine. If I can carry on what I'm doing currently, on the whole, that's fine. But I don't want to build something like that and then things change in terms of the sourcing nature, and then I'm kind of left with an expensive building without much stock to fill it. Am I being too pessimistic? I don't know. Anyway, that's my thought process anyway, because yeah, car boots are not a given. That's the problem. When I went back to Gloucester kind of a couple of weekends ago, looking at the number of car boot sales that are there, I'm thinking, wow, there are so many more opportunities to source in Gloucester than there are down here. So, I mean, it's just one of those things. I wouldn't move back to Gloucester. I'd much prefer living down here. But in terms of reselling, there's such a spectrum of the sourcing opportunities available depending on where you live. So I really need to, alter. I could plan accordingly with whatever happens, because I'm hoping the car boot sale doesn't shut. And I'm hoping that certain charity shops don't shut. But, nothing lasts forever. I really need to sort of build that into my sort of future prospects. And if things do go south, I need to have a backup plan in order to make sure that I am still sort of fulfilling my own targets, or maybe change the targets. I don't know. But anyway, it's a bit of a waffle. That's kind of how I'm seeing the future. I'm not quite as certain with the whole, the longevity of things down here. Based on what's happened within the last year and the number of car boots that have shut down or just been affected by adverse weather. And it's been a weird year, hasn't it, weather-wise? It's been just so off and on. The car boot season has been, excuse the pun, a bit of a damp squib. It just hasn't gotten to second gear yet, I don't think. So, it's a strange one. But I say it all centres around the shed sign. Ultimately, the short of it is, I need to move out of here. There's no ifs, no buts. I've no say in that. It's a joint decision anyway. I need to move out of here into a garden shed. That means we can get this room back to being a bedroom. And to be honest, it's probably going to be better for me in terms of arranging stuff, storing stuff, to have a different space. But if I build the building, build the shed, rebuilding, and then things do dry up, whoopsie, I don't know, I might have to think about other sourcing opportunities. Won't be wholesale, that's for sure. I do like going out there and finding it myself. But I guess I'm just going to have to adapt, as we all do, year in, year out, because things do change. So that's kind of where I'm at. June definitely gave me sort of food for thought about, if I'm not bringing things in, things do dry up. But I don't know, I think I've got a plan in place. I think I can make it work, certainly for the foreseeable future, I'd like to think. But, if things do go wrong, then I'm just going to have to adapt. I'm always going to resell things because it's fun and it's easy money for the most part. And now I know what to look out for. It would be very difficult to stop reselling, say go to a car boot sale and see things that I know can make money, but I'm not reselling it. So I think it's always going to be there in some capacity, but perhaps maybe not in the capacity that I'd like it to be. But hey, that's something to think about in the future. But anyway, I won't ramble on any longer. It's probably going to be about 25 minutes anyway of me just waffling on about nothing. So I hope you've enjoyed it. Bit of a different video. Outlook for the next couple of weeks. Like I said, car boot sale should, hang on, touch some wood, should be starting again this Sunday. I haven't checked the Facebook group again. It seems to be being pushed back again and again and again. So, I don't know. If it is on, of course, take the GoPro. I haven't been to any charity shops recently because they are, at least in my local town, poo. So we'll see what happens. Yeah. And hopefully there'll be some footage out, yeah, if I can actually make something good within the next week. So until then, take care. Please do like, comment, and subscribe. And until my next one, I'll see you then. Goodbye.